Okay. Three. Okay. 3, 1.
3-1? 3-1? Bro, come on.
Okay. 3, 1, 2. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Okay. What's up, everybody? Today we're back at it again with yet another review. And today's review is obviously The Chronic by Dr. Dre. And joining me are my two good friends, Fatal Luck and Kachiman.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Fatal Luck here.
Hey, it's Kachiman. What's up?
Alright, so we're going to be talking about the first track first. The Chronic, the name of the intro. Me, personally, I felt like out of all like the music I've listened to, I feel like it's one of the better intros because like the beat itself, I personally always felt like they should have saved it. Cause I don't know. Me personally, I just feel it was like too good to just be an intro. But I mean, it's whatever because another thing that's good about it is that it segues perfectly into the next song, which is Dre Day. But Kachiman and
I think it's like a good like way to start off because it really gives the sound of G-Funk, you know, the genre that Dr. Dre basically created.
Yeah.
It gives like the best type of like the standards of what G-Funk was at the time or what he started because it has like, you know, the lead instrumental, and it just has like all the braggadocious talking and stuff. It just gives like the best sound like the standard for what was being
for what G-Funk should have been or what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. And just a good instrumental and a lot of the instrumentals honestly like there's like so many good instrumentals on here that are just people talking just because it kind of like speaks for itself, you know.
Yeah. Okay. And then next track, Dre Day and famous song, and personally I feel like it's great. I mean, I don't think between that beef with Eazy-E and Dr. Dre, I personally feel like Eazy-E won that one because for some of you guys that don't know, when Dre Day came out, it was released under Ruthless Records. So even though Eazy-E was getting dissed, this nigga was making money off Dr. Dre. Like, he was making money off his own diss track. And, I mean, I don't know. I like it. It's good. And another point that I forgot to bring up was I feel like this is one of the first, like, known beefs where, like, somebody calls out another rapper for, you know, oh, you know, you're not with the shits. You know, you were never in the dirt and all that, you know, that shit. But yeah, I mean that's how I feel. I mean I like the track. It's legendary. Everyone knows that song.
Yeah, it's I think what makes it stand out honestly among like different diss tracks because like a lot of diss tracks in general that I'd be listening to they be going like really hard and stuff. But this one is just kind of like a vibe. Like you don't even have to like understand the beef and you can just like. I feel like
because people just like the song. People just like the song.
Like
it's one of those song.
Yeah, it's one of those songs where like I say this a lot. It's like there's certain songs that the instrumental really carries it, especially nowadays. You know, a lot of instrumentals. You know, you listen to I don't know like Playboi Carti or whatever, and the instrumentals like really carry the song. And this is one of the other songs, but it's kind of like it's both like the vocals with you know Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and and the beat in general. Like, you don't even have to like understand anything about the beef. Like I barely understood anything about the beef until I watched like the music video and stuff. Because I should mention now I'm not really like that much into like the West Coast and stuff. I'm more like East Coast, I guess. I know a lot about that stuff, but like I barely knew any of this stuff. You know, I haven't.
Yeah, and another thing that's funny about the beef, it's funny how like niggas will claim like, oh yeah, no, we good, now we good. In the movie of Straight Outta Compton, they obviously show the beginning, which is before NWA, and afterwards when everybody went independent. And it's funny because in the movie they show Eazy-E driving down the street, and he sees Dr. Dre's album on the billboard, and he starts like, I don't know, I can't remember if he started crying or if he started like getting choked up. But in real life, in like how he actually felt, they interviewed him. They're like, excuse me, Mr. Wright, how do you feel about Dr. Dre and his album The Chronic? He was like I can't remember his exact words, but he was basically like, I don't care. That nigga paying me. I don't care. Like, this nigga flashed his gun at the camera too. Like, nigga didn't care. And I don't know. I just think it's funny how in the movie they try to portray Eazy-E as the, oh man, I feel bad. And then in reality, he was the one that actually came on top. But I mean, that's what that had nothing.
Yeah, I haven't watched the movie, but it's interesting in that regard because like there's always like these movies that like they try to tell like actual stories. And in a sense, I respect it because there are a lot of people like me, who didn't experience that stuff, and to get like a taste of what that time was, because that the '90s and stuff for rap, it was crazy. It's more crazy than now.
It was
stuff.
pretty crazy.
It was crazy, and at least there's like those movies and stuff that we can go back to. But
there is some bias because in Straight Outta Compton, in my opinion, I feel like the movie just sucked off Dr. Dre.
That's what I'm saying.
And Dr. Dre and Ice Cube.
Yeah, because
like Ice Cube.
Because when you look back at that stuff, you have to realize like when people make these movies, like it's good because people get to experience this stuff or in movie form. But you gotta like look back at it and be like, who's funding this stuff? Who's funding it? Who's having their story be told? That's.
And at the end of the day, if it wasn't for Suge Knight, who executively produced this album, if it wasn't for him, a lot of these niggas wouldn't have made it as big as they did. Yeah, so, all right, we could get into the next track. Let Me Ride. I mean, what can I say about it, nigga? It's a jam. Like, everyone, I mean, the song speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I find it interesting because, again, I was saying I'm more into, like, the East Coast stuff. For me, it's kind of like, how this, like, The Chronic, it kind of gave, like, a whole entire area a sound. And the only thing I could probably equate to that is 36 Chambers by the Wu-Tang Clan, because it's kind of the same thing, even though Wu-Tang Clan is like an official group, and like I guess what's it called, Dr. Dre, all the associates on that album, they're kind of a group, I guess, but not an official one, at least when that album was recorded. But I kind of feel like they're like they did the same thing. So like The Chronic created its sound, and then 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang, it created like its own sound for both sides. And
both sides of the country.
And you can see that in the way they approach samples and stuff, because what's it called, in Wu-Tang, RZA, he did like these really gritty sounding beats, and that kind of set the standard for them. And then on the West Coast, it was it was more of this like louder music, but it's kind of like the different approaches to samples and stuff, because Dre was using all these like funk samples and stuff, turning his own spin on it. So really find it interesting, like how different people interpretate this stuff. Even though I feel like I appreciate more West Coast.
The East Coast? Well, you appreciate West Coast more?
No, actually, no, East Coast. I don't know why I said
East Coast.
No, I just like the sound, the standard, because I can even like there's more modern rappers right now. No, but the thing is really is because I don't really see a lot of like newer West Coast rappers. There's only a few ones.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's just like YG, Blueface, but Blueface, nobody takes him serious. Like nobody takes that nigga serious.
That nigga don't.
Nigga goofy as hell.
Yeah, no, but there's people on the East Coast like Benny the Butcher and Griselda, Westside Gun, all those people, and Makami and all those people in New York and stuff. They still have that sound, but like I don't know much for West Coast, but it's kind of like. How much? I
mean, the sound is still around, but all the rappers that are making like that West Coast music, they're not really as big right now. Because me personally, I feel like right now the the subgenre of hip hop that's really taking over. I feel like it's trap right now.
Yeah,
But
everyone got eaten up by trap. That. It's just funny because like anytime I hear a rapper and then like they go on like a trap beat, I'm like, dang, y'all got ate up by the trap. So it's like a I don't know, like a curse or not a curse, but it's like a monster.
because even
It's
drill
like
music,
yeah,
even drill music, like for all the Chicago, even they, I've noticed like they still kind of have like that drill like thing to them, but like they're moving more towards trap. I feel like everyone's moving towards trap
yeah,
more.
because
Even West Coast artists are moving more towards
even
trap.
even pop everything. Because I don't know, I guess like yeah, in general, like, I as you mentioned, I'm kind of like a rapper producer
Hmm.
right now. I'm kind of doing that thing,
Yeah,
and
you shameless plug.
that's why that's why I have so much insight into all this music production and stuff. And it's really like people are just doing the trap stuff right now because it's like the easiest thing to do. Because all you have to do is just like do the hi hat thing, and can keep that
Yeah,
repeating.
Yeah.
Have to, and then the snare. That's all you have to do. And it's not really that it's bad. It's just that it's like a trendy sound and it's easy to do. So a lot of people leans toward that because I don't know like that's like a
yeah,
lot
they're
of
retarded.
yeah, a lot of a lot of up and coming rappers like they'll do the trap sound because they know that makes them sound better.
Well, yeah, YG. I noticed that in him is like, yeah, he kind of has like that West Coast thing about him with his music and all that. But I feel like even he's trying to move more towards trap because obviously he knows that that's what everybody's into.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Well, let's talk about the next track. The Day the Niggas Took Over. It's sorry, excuse me. It's a pro black song, I guess. That's what I really got out of it. But I'm fine with that. I've when rappers like politicize their music, I really don't have that much of a problem with it. It's just the way they go at it and the whole beat and the way Dr. Dre rapped and shit. Like it's not that the message was bad or anything, which the message was fine. But for me, it was like the beat kind of took away the seriousness of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it was a decent song, but it took away from the seriousness of it. Like it's kind of like, what's a good song? The song "I'm Not Racist."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't take that song serious because of the music video. No, not because of the beat, but because of the music video. I know it sounds dumb.
Video.
Yeah, because they had like the typical like redneck Trump supporter, and then they had the black dude acting like a hood rat, whatever. But I don't know. That's how I feel. I don't know if you guys have anything to say about the track.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about that one. It kind of went in and out for me. Not
Yeah,
really
all right, well,
for me.
Yeah. Well, the next track, Nothing But a G Thing.
Everyone,
Everyone knows how good that song is. Next track is These Nuts. These Nuts.
Wait, but
for those...
was These Nuts just a skit, or was there a song to it?
No. It was a song. It was a song. It started.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. For those of you youngsters out there that don't know squat about the West Coast, These Nuts is actually where the meme started from. For those of y'all that didn't know that, the song is a goofy song. It's just about nuts.
Yeah.
All right, your turn. You got anything to say, nigga?
No.
Yeah, I know the retarded song. To be honest,
Oh yeah.
what the? No, I feel like that's a thing on this album is that a lot of the songs are retarded. So that like it adds to like the whole like hood vibe, and because like niggas in the retarded sometimes. Yeah, that's how I.
Yeah, there's a lot of skits and stuff in this album, and honestly, some of them are really funny. Like I'm gonna skip a little bit. Is I think it's the 20 Sack Pyramid. Is that the one?
Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's like Jeopardy, but the hood one.
Yeah, and it's like I would listen to the album before and stuff, and I'll like go like hear these things because I would listen to the Chronic in like weird situations. Like I remember one time I was at the gym and I was listening to it, and I was like, "What am I listening to?" I'm listening to like a game show, and I didn't really understand it. But my recent listen, it was pretty.
You appreciate it more. You appreciate it more because the retardedness of it adds on to the whole like hood persona that Dr. Dre's trying to portray.
These things actually like kind of serve a purpose because they give you like a sense of not only where they live, but like the whole entire the end of the joke was literally that these guys, they were in like a thing or whatever, and they just wanted to prove how like brag like it's kind of like Because what's it called? The end of the joke was basically that they need to be with Snoop and Dre to get chicks, right? That was the end of the joke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they were getting weed, and they were getting money to go to the swap meet.
Yeah, so basically, like it like indirectly kind of like brags about Snoop and Dre without having them have to brag about it. Those are like the type of songs I like about like what's it called? There's a song from MF Doom I brought it up before. It's called Fancy Clowns and it's produced by Madlib. It is off the Mad Villainy album, right? And it's a song because what's it called? MF Doom, he has one of these personas called Victor Vaughn, which is you know, like a spin on a Victor Von Doom or whatever. And so in the song he's in another perspective and he's talking about being cheated on by a guy, and then that guy ends up being MF Doom. So it's kind of like in third person he's rapping about how he cheated on someone and how that makes him cool. I like those type of songs where we're not even songs but just things on albums that like they find ways to make it like
add on to it.
Yeah, make you sound cool without having you say it, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, retardedness can make an album better. I mean, you look at like Eminem's done it on the Mathers LP, the Slim Shady LP. Lil Pump is just a retarded ass nigga. What's it called? He's done in the Eminem show, I believe. But I mean, yeah. You know, like I said, skits can add on to the music and add more character, or whatever.
When they're done right.
Yeah, one done right. And obviously Dr. Dre did it right.
They really thought.
I'm gonna take it back a few tracks to Little Ghetto Boy.
Yeah, I love that track. It's really introspective.
Yeah, I put this one. I took it a little bit more serious because of the beginning where he plays the song Little Ghetto, because this one's called Lil Ghetto Boy. This is Little Ghetto Boy. That's the original song, and that track was actually used on. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, I mean, it's basically just about a nigga in the hood.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it's about. But like I said, this approach of talking about whatever social issues or whatever, you know, growing up in the hood or being black or whatever, I took it more serious. You know, whether I disagreed or didn't like with whatever he said, I took it more serious, and I can appreciate that more. You know, versus, you know, whatever his political beliefs are, which I don't care about. And then the next track, we got a nigga with a gun, and
really catchy hook. And then,
it had a catchy. I mean, it was a catchy song, but
I liked it. But the only thing good was the catchy hook. A lot of time.
The nigga with a gun. The first time I heard it, it blew my fucking mind, man. Like, I've never heard anybody come at a song so aggressively the way Dre did, where he's like, he tell that nigga, well, what did he tell him? He's like, you ready to die, nigga? You want me Lucifer? I'm like, damn, nigga, no mames. But it's funny, like, because keep in mind, that's when I first heard it, right? That's when I first heard it. Later on, obviously, I learned about the beef between Eazy-E and all that stuff that I mentioned earlier, right? So it's funny listening back to it, listening to it again, and you think, like, this nigga's capping, like this track he capped on the most, like, you know what I mean? Like, that nigga capped hard as hell on that track.
It makes you think, because you're talking about earlier, like how Eazy was like profiting off of the album, basically. Yeah. So it kind of make you think, like, I guess he was saying earlier, like, oh, he doesn't care because he's profiting off of it, but like how much of that? It feels like if you're getting, like, it's kind of like in the state of, like, immoral, I guess, because like are you really getting? Is it good money you're getting when it disrespects you? Because I feel a lot of people, they kind of like put like respect to more than money, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I guess. But I don't know. If I was Eazy, I would have taken the money. I wouldn't have cared. Yeah, I thought it was a fun track. I love the chorus where he's like, "Who's the man with the master plan? A nigga with a motherfucking gun." I thought that was catchy. Nigga. Hell yeah, nigga. I was like, that shit fire right there. Yeah. But what else is there? Oh, and then we got the next track, Right Tat 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 Tat. The beginning of it.
Yeah, the beginning of it. Whenever I listen to that track, I've listened to it before, but whenever I listen to that track, I instantly want to go. I want to listen to that song "Nobody" by Chief Keef.
Yeah, I know. I barely discovered that song I barely discovered that song when you showed it to me. But he also uses that beat. They also use it for what's that nigga's name? Oh, Chance the Rapper. He uses it on his song Lost. And I don't know. I mean, I think it fitted Chance better than it did Keith and Kanye, but I don't know. I mean, the song was still good.
I don't know. For the song, I really love how like Kanye sliced with it. I was like, dang, and
Yeah.
and they'll get off track. I always like those songs, those Kanye songs where he's just doing backup vocals. But yeah, everyone whenever I want to listen to this song, I think whenever I listen to that, I was like, how much wasted potential for that song. Well, I guess it was because back then that I guess that it was like an interlude of sorts, but it didn't really fit that sound like the doo-doo-doo. But now like totally right now, what's happened, like a lot of music is more like chill,
Yeah.
Though if it totally fits now, but yeah. And
the next track, nigga, it's all lyrical gangbang. This song's just about fucking. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, it's another one of those fun tracks, like a nigga with a gun. But I mean, like, I don't know. I wouldn't personally. I would never listen to that song if I was with other people. But I don't know about y'all.
This is the part of the album where like Dre takes a step back, right?
I think so. I don't know. I feel like he started acting a little bit more retarded. I don't know.
No, because that's what always happens when I listen to this album is like the first the first half of the album is so like clear and concise about what it is, and then like the end of the album kind of like just kind of like BS's around and stuff.
Oh yeah. I think I see what you mean now. I think I see what you mean.
But I don't know.
I think I recognize. I think I know what you're talking about because he also did that on 2001.
Yeah. 2001 he did the same thing, and like everything's so clear and concise and stuff. And well, basically it's because all like there were like 3 singles off of this, right? I remember. So like all the singles are in the beginning, and then it like towards the end just kind of like I don't know.
When you said take a step back, I thought you meant like a self-reflective, like okay, like oh I'm not this gangster. Like I thought that's what you meant. No, you kind of threw me off when.
No, I mean take the step back, like vocal wise, I guess.
Yeah.
Because this is one thing with like producer albums, like I know it's like there's certain albums where like where people they produce an album and then they start in like most of like the beginning stuff and then they kind of like they pass the mic towards other people towards the end. Like there's an MF Doom album because MF Doom be producing his stuff and he kind of like gives it to other people towards the end and stuff or like in the middle. But yeah, that's what I felt like with this album in general. But I want to know how much of this album, because obviously the Chronic is marijuana and stuff. And it has like the weed thing on like the back cover and all that stuff. I want to know how much.
I like how the CD looks.
How much of the isn't it based off like a cigarette pack or whatever, right? I think so.
Yeah.
How much of this album has to be enjoyed by smoking marijuana? Like does it make
actually? I want to talk about that after we're done talking about the music because I actually do have some.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So next track, it's another skit. Doctor's Office. It's just about having an orgy in the doctor, quote unquote, doctor's office.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I'd be skipping it.
Yeah, nigga, I've been skipping that shit too. Like, I'll be in the car. I was in the car with my OG, and I had it on a shuffle, and then it started. I just skipped it right away because it doesn't start off with the orgy right away. But my mom's, why'd you skip it? I'm like, trust me, I'm skipping that shit, nigga.
Yeah,
you don't want to listen to this shit.
Wait, they had the same thing, and they had like a similar one in 2001, right?
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. Hold on, let me.
No, because I remember because I was what's it called? I was getting a ride from someone, and this is like the first time I listened to Dre. He was playing 2001 in the car, and dude, that was my first experience, and it was crazy just listening to everything, like all like the bass and stuff, and then. Yeah, and then he got around to that song, and he just played it loud in the car while we were driving and showed, bro, that's crazy.
No mames. All right, well yeah, it's another one of those kids. And then next track, Stranded on Death Row, and you know what? I'm gonna say this. This is one of the most underrated tracks.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah, because the beat is so grimy and so like. it's just so it just fits. To be honest, I think they should have put this in the beginning of the album because, like you said, because he's trying to get that message across, and I think they should have done that with Stranded on Death Row. Because I don't know, I just feel like it's one of the more underrated tracks on the album.
Yeah, that shit going off.
Yeah. And then the outro. I mean,
yeah,
it's an outro.
This is where the album it just goes like total vibe mode. Like they're just talking and stuff, and
yeah,
it's just about like marijuana and shit. Yeah, that's when I realized like how much of that has to be with like
incorporated with the album.
No, how much of like marijuana has to be associated with that? How much enjoyment do you need out of
it? Yeah, you need a lot of enjoyment.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. Cause I'm a straight edge, quote unquote straight edge, and y'all on some stuff. So I'm just saying, like, how much is it to change it?
Yeah, the only niggas that be smoking just being fake. This nigga's high as balls right now. That's why his ass barely be talking. But anyways, so the last track, which is I think it was a bonus track. Because like, okay, they don't list it as a bonus track, but I think maybe at the time when it came out, it was probably listed as a bonus track. But bitches ain't shit.
This has like the best energy about it, cause it's like a total like it really should have been like the middle of the album. That's what.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Because they're dissing Eazy-E. They're dissing Eazy-E.
No. Yeah, it just has like this really like raw energy and everyone goes off on the verses and stuff. And
oh yeah, I think you're right. It should have been one of the first tracks because like you have to realize that track has made such a cultural impact. Like literally, niggas do be saying bitches ain't shit, and obviously girls formed it to their own, and they say niggas ain't shit. And this song is so great. I mean, even YG mixed it. He put Tyga and Nipsey Hussle on it, and remixed it again, and put 2 Chainz and French Montana on it. And by the way, French Montana, I've said this about other rappers before on my channel, how they're only good as feature artists, and French Montana is one of those niggas. If you listen to French Montana music, unironically, my nigga like fucking retarded, my nigga. I swear to God. And then Joji, otherwise known as Filthy Frank, he obviously did a Pink Eye version of it with the ukulele, which was there.
He was doing the chill like remixes before like he even actually became like those like I don't even know like lo-fi pop star.
Yeah, that nigga ain't shit. It's switching over to just making music now, but I mean that's whatever. That's a whole different video.
I did too. What are you guys talking about?
Oh yeah, you're right again. The Marvis. All right, so.
But I think this is a good time to talk about
the album. That's what I'm saying.
The impact.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna talk about all that stuff right now because this is the thing we talk about marijuana. And all that. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Okay, you can cut that part out.
Okay.
Okay, you ready to start back up?
Yeah.
All right, so this album, me personally, I feel like it impacted a whole generation of kids. I mean, it was like would you say a staple, or like it was the the golden standard of how G-Funk, the golden standard of how G-Funk should sound. And G-Funk is weird because I feel like G-Funk is like obviously it derived from funk, old school funk, which comes from, Funkadelic, Parliament, what's that nigga's name? George Clinton, I think that's his name. Yeah, George Clinton. It comes from all those.
Yeah, he was sampled in this one. That's why I find it interesting because he's in.
He actually went I think he went on a tour with them.
Yeah.
So it comes from all this funk music, which in my opinion, I've always felt like people that mix other music, I've always felt like it pays homage to that music. And to be honest, if it wasn't for Dr. Dre, I wouldn't even know who Funkadelic, Parliament, or any of those niggas are. But I was saying about G-Funk. I feel like G-Funk is a subgenre of a subgenre. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like, okay, because gangster rap is a subgenre for hip hop, and G-Funk is like the last subgenre. But I don't know. I think G-Funk it's one of my favorite subgenres. Aside from drill and trap and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, this album set a golden standard for how G Funk should.
Me, yeah, it gave a sound, but like again, I was saying earlier, like how much of that sound is used today? Because I don't really feel like I don't feel like he won that battle, and like for sure, like when it came out and stuff, everyone was using that type of sound, but now it's kind of like who really won?
It's dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
No one cares about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd be hearing again, like like Benny the Butcher and What's That Gun? They be using that. Well, like Wu-Tang started. They be using that same formula in their beats and stuff.
Yeah, we need somebody. We need somebody to get that G-Funk started back.
Yeah,
I mean,
Kendrick did his best with it because he really like made it like.
I don't feel like he really. I don't feel like his music tried to like.
Well, really, the most I could say really did that was like, honestly, there's really only two songs I could think of is what's it called, Mad City, because he had like he had that thing at the end, and then what's it called, the intro track off of To Pimp Butterfly, because those
what's it called, Wesley's Theory? Yeah, Wesley's Theory.
Those ones really like you can tell like that started that whole sound and stuff and pays homage to that sound. And
I think the only people that still pay homage to that is just DJ Mustard. To be honest, DJ Mustard, he's a nigga that like every song he goes Mustard on a beat. Oh, that's that nigga. Yeah. But I feel like him and YG kept that sound alive, but like they're doing a very like poor way of doing it. I don't know. I think somebody needs to revive G-Funk, bring it back for the new kids. I don't know. That's how I feel. Yeah, we said the influence a lot of rap, but I mean, to be honest, I think I'm gonna take that statement away. I think I'm gonna take that statement away. I don't think it is influencing anybody because everyone, I mean, maybe people were inspired from it. I can't even say that. No mom is. What could I?
People ain't even using that. It's like, because again, people they don't. It's like too much effort. How much like sampling and stuff. And again, like people, the main thing really is that like people they don't want to like from like a producer perspective, they don't want to be like sampling. They just want to make everything from scratch. And the easiest thing to make from scratch is those trap beats.
Well, can you imagine one day, like nigga, trap music is gonna be considered oldies, and then niggas then they're gonna start mixing that, or maybe they might start mixing that and turn it into something like how like Dr. Dre turned G-Funk into he turned G-Funk and he turned funk into G-Funk. Imagine like in the future they're gonna turn that shit to like G-Trap or something weird like that. They're gonna be mixing G-Trap. That's what they're gonna be calling it. But no, that's that.
You can't really say it because even like some like Dre tracks and like that third album, kind of sounds like he kind of fell to the influence because it's kind of easy. But what I can say for Dr. Dre as a producer is that because if you know that there's a lot of like ghostwriting on this stuff. Yeah.
I mean, ghostwriting I don't have that much of a problem with because he's producing it.
Yeah, no, but it's ghost producing too much. No, but thing is that Dr. Dre, he's a master at mastering and mixing. Because because apparently right now there's gonna be like he's working with Kanye right now on something, Jesus King Part 2 or whatever, and his stuff be sounding way better when Dr. Dre masters and mixes it. Because even there's like a video or whatever, he's talking about how he's a perfectionist and everything. And
he is a perfectionist. Yeah.
He needs to find out like everything to find out the perfect mix and stuff. That's why
I will say this.
That's why when he's with like Eminem or whatever, and with these certain artists, he just sounds way better because he knows how to mix the beat right, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I think with certain artists, he has like a relationship developed with them already, so like he kind of knows their sound, like what goes with them. Because I've always felt like once Dr. Dre mixes something, it's gonna be fire. Like it's just gonna come out good. But I mean him and Kanye. I do give him a shit. But I mean, I consider Kanye a pretty good producer. I mean, but it's like what I've said about Kanye before. It's like he has good music, but then he has like bad music. I mean, me personally, that's how I feel. I feel like he'll come on. I told you, like Didn't a lot of people shit on Yeezus or not? Or am I autistic?
A lot of people know. A lot of people now like it. Well, when it came out, people were like on the fence. But yeah, right now people they kind of like understand that. It's like,
Because I've always liked Yeezus. The moment I heard it, I mean, the first track kind of threw me off, but like, no, that album, Yeezus, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's good. Anybody that has anything negative to say about it is just hating for no reason. And then T-Lop was good. It's just the last few projects I really don't like that much.
yeah,
But that's just me.
yeah, I like them, but like I can understand why. But like the best one because he did that album like 2 years ago with Pusha T, and he entirely produced it. And so at times he's even better when he's just like on the boards. He's
Yeah.
that type of guy. But now I don't see him producing for people anymore because there was gonna be a second Pusha T album produced by Kanye, but I think like I don't know his policy right now is only he only makes music if it's God related, you know.
Yeah, I think he's gonna ride that wave for a little bit. But yeah, but anyways, the album, personally, I considered it one of my favorites. I don't know, I consider it one of my favorites. Do I think it's worth listening to? 100%. What do y'all think?
Especially now. That's the thing because you know how there's all these like old heads or whatever. They always be
Yeah.
complaining about like, oh, kids, they don't listen to the new stuff anymore. Is it because like it's because for a while now, like even Jay-Z, they're putting it behind this paywall that you can't access it. So it's
Yeah,
kind of like,
see, yeah. I mean, well, today because it's 420, now everyone can listen to it. Hopefully forever, not just 20. But I mean, I've always thought it was dumb how like artists will like hide their music in different streaming services, like Reasonable Doubt, right? I recently just listened to that album a few months ago, and the reason why, because it was only available on Tidal. Who uses Tidal? You know what I'm saying?
only
Like
me because
Tidal,
I got a deal of $4 for 4 months, but that's it.
for real,
Yeah.
that's good as fuck. But excuse me. I was saying, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like that's a retarded thing to do.
Yeah, no, well, it's really because I feel like certain artists, you know, like Dre, Jay Z, they kind of got like really pretentious in that sense where they think, oh, my all my music is a piece of art, so I need to have that behind a paywall.
I
So you
think Compton, his third album, it was good. Because here's the thing, I'm going to admit something about myself. I'm like a Dr. Dre fanboy. You know, I'm gonna keep it real. So that's why I really like the third album. But now that I look back at it and I really sit down and, you know, listen to it, I realized like it's nowhere near as good as the originals. And the all the stuff that I heard from the unreleased tracks or the released tracks that came from the Detox album, I thought they were perfect. Have you heard Under Pressure?
No, I haven't heard any of them. No.
Okay, Under Pressure, it's an unreleased track. Oh my god, you need to hear it. I'm telling you, it's the bomb. And you know how I heard it? When I used to have my HP tablet, I would illegally download music, and I don't know why I just decided to download that. And, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna listen to that song.
Yeah,
And then later I find out that it's an unreleased track. I thought it was a released track, but it's unreleased.
Dang. Wait, do you know if it's
But,
like you know if it's real or is like someone just like remixed it with something else?
No. It's a real song.
Okay.
Dr. Dre said it. But yeah, Detox. I'm still waiting on it. I haven't lost hope yet. Maybe
probably-
one day.
No, for me, it's kind of the same thing with Kanye too. He be having so many. I think he has like 10 unreleased albums now, and they're not even like you can like find them. And
Yeah.
like, it's not necessarily the actual albums. It's just that they just like compile tracks from a certain era. Like there was like Soho.
You know what I think? You know what I think Dre might do? I think like they might wait until he dies or something.
Yeah, that's
So they're gonna pull it. They're gonna pull a XX Tentacion and just start like, you know what I'm saying, releasing. They're gonna be like, oh, guess what? Detox is coming out. The people have been waiting for it, you know, for the past 30, 40 years, you know.
unless
I
he
don't
like
know.
unless he like you know like puts it on his grave or something. I feel like he might be that dedicated to put it on his grave if he cares that much.
I mean, you have to learn how to appreciate someone that's willing to like not release something because they don't feel like it's perfect.
Yeah.
because like a lot of people they just be coming out with this booty ass music, like Eminem. I've said this before. All this new music that's been coming out. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like Kamikaze, Music to Die To, and I know a few people like the what was that album? Revival.
Yeah, Revival.
Yeah, but to be honest, I just feel like all his new music is just trash. All that music he did for Venom, bad. I didn't like it. The music he did for Shady 15 was okay, but Shady 15 under is all good. Everything from Revival and up is not good to me. But another point I wanted to make was for those of y'all that aren't really tuned in with the old school sound, I think this is one of the best albums that you could check out because it did define an era. Because so many other rappers also tried that sound. Snoop Dogg with his Doggy Style album, DJ Quick. Who else am I missing? Corrupt, Young Gotti. Oh, he is Young Gotti. What the fuck am I talking about? I think some other rapper. Hold on. I think Ice Cube himself even tried that too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
They got to edit that shit out.
Yeah, you gotta edit that shit out, nigga. But what's it called?
Coronavirus,
nigga. Yeah, I mean, what else? Hold on, let me check my notes, nigga. You want to talk about the people who help produce it?
Nah, I in general I want to talk about what's it called, like the idea of like a collaboration, because even though it's under like Dr. Dre's name,
yeah,
it's a big collaboration. That's why I think the best albums out there, like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West, is basically the modern version of The Chronic, and it's because it had so many other collaborators at that time to like kind of create this like masterpiece basically. But the only thing is that a lot of during that album, there are a lot of more well-known people in it. But that's what I think, because even though it's under like these people's name, we gotta like kind of respect more of like the people who other people who help, obviously the producers and stuff, but also like there are a bunch of like artists and like Snoop Dogg obviously, and I don't know like what like DOC or whatever. And they're
the DOC. I feel bad for the DOC. Keep going.
Yeah, but yeah, there are a lot of people involved in this collaboration, even though it's under Dr. Dre's name. You got it. That's what I think in general. Like some of the best.
I mean, but that's the thing about producing, is that you're not. I mean, you have to like put everything together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even though people they shit on like DJ Khaled or whatever. But I'm not gonna
DJ Khaled is just retarded. DJ Khaled is just retarded.
No,
like his
music.
He's
a genius. He's a genius. He's a genius because he's able to like have this stuff and he's able to like make. Well, I want to say not, because I think he like the idea of what he has to make like popular music is like out of phase or whatever. But but back then when he was
keep going.
What's that song he made? What's the one that got really popular? I don't think.
Are you talking about the one with Drake and Lil Wayne?
No, not
and Rick
that
Ross.
One. It's the
All I Do Is Win, Win,
yeah,
Win.
that song. Oh yeah, that one. That's like back in those days, he was a genius at making stuff because
it had pop appeal. That's the thing. But Dr. Dre isn't trying to appeal to the pop community. He's trying to appeal to rap. You know what I mean? Like Compton, that album, his third final project, I think that tried to have a pop appeal to it because of the movie and all that. Because he says, it's not about the movie. I just felt inspired. Like, nah, nigga, you're trying to make money.
You tell me you just had all these people just come in and just
Yeah, but what's it called? No, and to be honest, I think some of the tracks on Compton, I think they got recycled from Detox. I don't know. I just feel like that. But no, what was I saying? No, DJ Khaled, he has like that pop appeal. You know what I mean? Because I mean, who do you know listens to DJ Khaled?
No one, because it just goes on the radio.
Nobody.
No, people listen to DJ Khaled, but it's kind of like
because he has that one song, "I'm the Only." Wow, he has that song with Justin Bieber. Like, I mean, you get Justin Bieber on it, my nigga. Like, it's a pop song, nigga. It's not a rap song.
No, but he used to have songs where like people didn't know it was like DJ Khaled. But now, since like I guess like he had that like social media like energy now, he has to like shout his name out all the time. No, a better example is like DJ Drama, I guess, because
Yeah.
he kind of has like the streets on him and stuff. But yeah, like a lot of people they kind of like shit on producers and stuff, but it's like they need a like not producers like people who make beats, but like producers who are just like overseeing stuff. Like DJ Khaled, he other than shouting his name on like his latest album, it's just other appearances by other people, and most of it is because like if you work with DJ Khaled, you're trying to guarantee you get a radio hit or whatever. Even though, cause I heard the last album he made and it was stupid. Like he had like Post Malone and Travis Scott on a song, but he got Travis Scott to do the singing and he got Post Malone to do the rapping. Even though Post Malone is he's like organic singer. He's stupid, but
You don't like Post Malone?
No, DJ Khaled, because he got a singer to do the rapping, and he got a rapper to do the singing. Over auto tune.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then he gets like Jay-Z and like Nas on. No, he gets like Jay-Z and Beyonce on one track, and like no one talks about it. He gets Nas on one track, and no one talks about it. So yeah, he just like mismanages stuff, but like other than that, just like especially Drake, he's one of the better examples.
But hold on, DJ Khaled, he doesn't even make his own beats, right?
Well, he used to know. Everything is literally because he just decides stuff. Basically, that's supposed to be. That's what a producer's supposed to do. They're supposed to decide.
But things. Dr. Dre makes the beats himself, though. That's the thing.
There's ghost producing. Dr. Dre does ghost producing too. But the thing is that he oversees it because he mixes it. So he sees what happens. There are some beats that he didn't do, but some beats that he did do. You can like look that up in like the Chronic. There's certain beats that Ghost produced. I can't think about it off my head, but
I can actually pull it up on the CD right now, actually, because I have the physical copy. And it gives the credits and all that.
I don't know if that's gonna pull it up, maybe, but
no, yeah, they do it. They do it on the CDs. They always do.
I know on Tidal, they do. The one of the good.
Oh, Little Ghetto Boy, yeah, the Little Ghetto. Produced that song. A Nigga with a Gun. Hold up. Yeah, just like it's Stranded on Death Row. Just a Nigga with a Rocket Launcher. The Roach. So like 4 songs that he didn't produce on the album. He just overseed it. Imagine if niggas did that back in the scream their name on the music.
Yeah, that's why like it's
more, imagine how retarded.
It's more just a brand. It's kind of more just a brand for certain things, but yeah, there's certain people that have better like responsibility of being a there's certain people that have like better responsibilities that come with a producer, and there's certain people that don't, like DJ Khaled, I guess. But yeah, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, shit. Well, I mean, I guess that's it. What would your ratings be? Mine personally, 9 out of 10.
Saints.
Mine, probably same.
Same.
And many like flaws that it has. I don't want to say flaws, but it just like it encapsulates like not only like a moment, it encapsulates like a certain energy, and you can appreciate that.
It encapsulates a whole era.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this video, because it's getting put into like the Library of Congress or whatever. So it is like important like piece of American history.
Hell yeah, nigga. But the thing that the flaw that it does has aren't enough to say like, damn, I can't listen to this. You know what I mean? Because there's rappers that do be coming out with shit that's like, oh god, I can't even listen to that. But yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, you guys can say. Okay, you guys can segue. Okay, now you to Francisco, you guys could do whichever order. I don't care. Francisco, you could talk about your mixtape, and Axel talk about coming back to YouTube.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah, so as I said before in this video, I'm a producer, rapper type thing, but I'll be doing my own stuff. I have an album coming out this week. It should be coming out because I have all the songs now. I've been working on this thing for like feels like almost a year. But yeah, it's not anything like what I've been talking about, but yeah, it's just a sort of experimental, rap and stuff. So yeah, I'll link my SoundCloud, I guess, and follow that.
Yeah, I'll link it in. I'm gonna link your YouTube and your SoundCloud. Keep going.
Yeah, other than that, yeah, that's it. Go give a listen when it's out.
Yeah, Axel.
All right, guys. I'm finally gonna be coming back to YouTube for real this time, and y'all gonna be catching me streaming on YouTube, maybe sometimes Twitch. Probably not. Probably mostly YouTube, but I'm gonna make more videos more. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm trying to come back. And I'm here supporting my niggas. Over here we got Chuko supporting all these niggas, man.
Oh yeah, nigga.
That's what it's all about.
All right, I guess that's it. Okay, hey, are you still recording right now?
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna say. Okay, I want you to add this part in. Okay, the album. I cannot smoke too. I cannot. I know that's the theme of it, but it's not an album. I prefer to be intoxicated while listening to, because I think of it more as like a turn up track. Album. You get this upbeat vibe to it. But I don't know. Personally, I prefer East Coast, Jay-Z, Nas, Wu-Tang, or Biggie. I don't know. Me personally, that's how I feel.
Yeah. To listen to East Coast, I need to be on the CTA. That's where you listen to it.
Yeah, nigga, because of the tracks and all that.
Yeah, because it'd be
fucking train.